Retcon Air, the Plotline Repair Podcast. Like the name suggests, this is a podcast that takes a look at the plot lines of movies, sitcoms, books, video games, and even Broadway shows. We built this show for the people that go to midnight releases and watch bootleg copies of their favorite movies, even if it does happen to come with Korean subtitles. For the browncoats, the marshmallows, the types of people that have multiple copies of The Karate Kid. We're kind of like a party sub, divided into thoughts and timecodes. Find what you like, take what you need, and hit the road when you gotta. On behalf of all the people that you're about to hear, thank you for checking out our show. We really appreciate it. If you want, you're welcome to check out some clips from the pilot season of Retcon Air. Stop.
Yeah, you turned red.
I sure did. I was legitimately having a panic attack. I was like, why would I lift? That seems like a really big detail to lift out. So like, I'm in my head spiraling, and then I'm like, no, you already, okay. Whew. So I feel so much better. I was like, this is going terribly. Everybody that participated in that event are now kind of legendary because they were the one. Okay, so then you've got Neville Longbottom, who beheaded the snake. You've got, and had the sword of Gryffindor. And then you have Harry Potter, obviously. Who did, you have Hermione. All these people. God, so I goosebumps. So I got goosebumps right now. This is exactly why I wanted you on the show. Yeah, so I never thought about that. So then not only is it kind of like, oh yeah, he's selling stuff that's fun or cool or whatever, but then you know, yeah, that's Ron. Let's go. Yeah, it's Ron friggin' Weasley. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hot damn, Shelby. Hot damn. Good for you.
Hell yeah.
Now, do you want to pause real quick and talk about the Batmobile controversy, or like you just want to roll through this?
Well, so which one? Do you want to talk about me not wanting to talk about the Batmobile, or the fact that people typically hated driving the Batmobile in the game?
Yes.
Okay, so, all right, so just because, give you some inside baseball, a little peek behind the curtain, initially, since this is Retcon Air, I had no interest in talking about gameplay mechanics whatsoever.
Which blew my mind.
So, again, it's literally called Retcon Air, so it's a plotline focused podcast. So to me, I'm like, well, the people that are listening to this are only going to care about, like, the plotline anyway, so I don't want to waste any time talking about, like, the Batmobile or free flow combat or anything like that. But then, as you challenged it, I sat there and I remember just kind of, I think I Facebook messaged you or I texted you or something like
it was a pretty quick turnaround, to be honest with you.
I think because literally I sat there for like a second just to marinate on like the concept of like who would be listening to this. I was like, well, if they come to us because they're interested in the game, of course they're going to want to hear about the gameplay. And so I sincerely apologized to you and then said, yeah, we could totally talk about game. That was a concept I never really thought about. Like, every time I see Voldemort, I was thinking about this on the drive down. Like, he's always looked like this weird snake guy. I'm like, what woman is like, damn, give me some of them no nostrils having it. Like, nobody feels
baby.
Like, what woman, I don't want to speak for you or your people. Like,
my people.
Did you ever look at Voldemort in any of the movies and think like, oh, I bet you he'd be something to take a crack at?
No.
Okay, so.
No.
So what the hell? I actually don't think that's about Alzheimer's. I think that's about the time jump. I think that's the difference in time between that version of Peggy is the one that has no.
Well, yeah, because he's back.
The one that has a full understanding of what she knows she's going to get Steven back someday. I think she knows that in that moment. But then when there's like that little glitch that happens, I think that's the difference between the two. I think that's the original timeline where he was gone and she was devastating, and this is the first time he's seen her in 70 years or however long it was. Shit. But then the other one I think is the actual storyline where he goes back and has that whole life with her. I think that's who that is.
I like that.
And I didn't pick up on that until I think a month or two ago when I was watching the movie.
I like that a lot.
You're welcome. I thought that was cool.
I didn't say thank you.
And you'll never have to. So then that